When you enter, leave the new world outside. Walk, smell, look, and listen, and you will leave with a good spirit. This message, written in Putwin, greets visitors as they enter the Tending and Gathering Garden, a collaborative effort between the Native American community and the Cache Creek Conservancy. These 2 acres are located on the traditional homelands of the Putwin Southern Wintun peoples and have been restored with native plants within the Cache Creek watershed. These plants are used for basketry, food, fiber, medicine, shelter, and watercraft. The TGG serves as a public space for hands-on education, incorporating plant identification, plant use, and traditional management methods, including cultural fire. Since time immemorial, indigenous peoples have conducted ceremonial burns to thin the growth of understory plants, increase water runoff into streams and rivers, and to gather plants to sustain life. At the core of cultural burns are the teachings of pyrokincentricity, a familial, reciprocal relationship and connectedness with fire that enhances our spiritual and intergenerational bonds with one another. Due to colonial dispossession of native lands, its practice has been suppressed since the 1800s. This suppression has significantly contributed to California wildfire as well as the effects of climate change. Therefore, it is paramount, now more than ever, to revitalize traditional burns while centering community members to empower ourselves with indigenous knowledges. My Mellon Public Scholar research served as an extension of the partnerships I have helped create through the groundbreaking UC Davis course, Keepers of the Flame. This class and my research brings together students, community members, researchers, policymakers, government actors, indigenous fire practitioners, and traditional gatherers to exchange lessons in cultural fire while discussing ways to support its regeneration. These efforts are grounded in community-based teachings and demonstrated in socially respectful ways our students and participants interact with sovereign nations. We center and uplift land stewardship ethics of California Indians and articulate baseline policy advocacy efforts to move towards local, regional, and national change. My work in general weaves together ecology, environmental science, environmental policy, and is grounded in Native American studies methodologies. By privileging indigenous knowledges, I address critical questions on environmental stewardship, social ecological healing, and climate discourse, while employing oral histories, story work, memory recall, and embodied knowledges. My time with the Tending and Gathering Garden recalled so much of what we unpacked in our Mellon Public Scholar seminar, including public research, community engagement, and scholar activism. In the words of Maori scholar Linda T. Smith, community-based research respects and enhances the community process and is expected to lead one small step towards self-determination. Through this process, I have reinvigorated my role as an Indigenous scholar activist, engaging in community research that is respectful, that educates, and that strives to heal. My summer research not only assisted in moving beyond the UC Davis Land Acknowledgement Statement, it also served as a launchpad for establishing the area's first Title VI Indian education program for our K-12 public schools. This program will support cultural lessons for our Native youth with our partners at the Tending and Gathering Garden. My Mellon Public Scholars experience and the work beyond will preserve and perpetuate knowledge within our communities that includes a more accurate representation of California Indians, highlights our Native peoples as scientists, land stewards, and earth observers, and will light the path for our Native youth, 7 generations and beyond.
No.